In this guide, I'll go over everything you need to know about hunting shadow lions in Nodalita. Do keep in mind that some of the information in this guide will apply to other Matchlock hunting spots, but it won't apply to sniper hunting. The most common question people ask is how much silver they can expect per hour, so let's start here. I'll be straightforward, at the time of making this video, grinding is generally better money. That being said, you can still expect anywhere from 2 to 3 billion silver per hour hunting shadow lions. If you want a more accurate estimate based on your own setup, you can use the Excel sheet linked in the description. Big props to the LifeSkill community Discord for putting it together. Make a copy of the sheet and enter your information. When you're first starting out, you can simply use the standard kills per hour value. Later on, I'd highly recommend tracking your own kills and updating the sheet so you can get a much more accurate picture of your actual profits. Benefits of hunting levels. Before we start talking about gear, let's quickly cover why hunting levels matter. As you level hunting, you'll naturally gain additional mastery, which increases your profits throughout mastery brackets. Every 50 mastery counts as a bracket and provides additional benefits. If you aren't familiar with mastery, you can hover over hunting in your life skill menu to see exactly what each bracket provides. Biggest milestone, however, is Guru 1. At Guru 1, you gain an additional bullet, bringing you to a total of 4 bullets. If you're also using the Bare Necessities outfit from the pro shop, you'll have a total of 5 bullets. That extra bullet makes hunting significantly smoother and is one of the biggest upgrades you can get. Gear requirements. Let's start with the most important piece of gear, your Matchlock. The absolute best option is the Master Matchlock, but this can only be equipped starting at Artisan 10 hunting. If you're still leveling, an Artisan Matchlock will work perfectly fine. This requires either Professional 10 hunting or 400 hunting mastery. At that point though, I'd honestly recommend spending some time in OV Academy first. You'll gain a good amount of EXP and also learning the basic necessities. I'd also highly recommend branding your Matchlock. You'll be shooting a lot, which means you'll be repairing a lot, and the extra durability goes a long way. If that's not enough durability for you, you can also add a Rar's Heart. Personally, I don't use one since I can just throw down my tent whenever I need repairs, but it's another option if you'd rather repair less. Next up are your hunting clothes. I highly recommend using hunting clothes because they provide both DP and hunting mastery. The extra DP helps you stay alive, while the mastery directly increases your profits. For starters, a Tri-Rubio Hunter's clothes is perfectly fine. You'll receive one for free within the OV Academy. From there, work your way towards Step Manos Hunter's clothes and eventually pen if you decide the hunting is content you enjoy long term. For accessories, your goal should be at least try Treant accessories. If you're still building up your life skill gear, Floramos Accesories are a fantastic alternative since they're roughly equivalent to Tri-Manos accessories. You can currently obtain 5 Floramos accessories for free, 2 from the seasons, 2 from OV Academy, and 1 from a Questline, which I'll have the link down below. Essentially, the TLDR is the more mastery you can obtain, the better. You also want to work towards obtaining a hunting bag. To start off, you can use a Tri-Rubio hunting bag, which you'll receive from OV Academy as well. From there, work towards a Tep Manos hunting bag, and eventually pen if you enjoy hunting enough to invest further. The hunting bag provides hunting mastery, hunting EXP, and additional weight, all of which are incredibly useful. Unfortunately, Manos hunting bags are often sold out on the marketplace unless they're penned. You can always place a pre-order and wait, but if you're like me, you probably hate waiting. The good news is that they're actually very easy to craft yourself. You'll need 5 Mana Stones, 50 magical shards, 30 leather glaze, and 50 damaged hide. The Mana Stones can be purchased from a luxury vendor, magical shards can either be purchased directly or processed from sealed black magic crystals, and the leather glaze ingredients can generally all be purchased from the marketplace and will require you to do some alchemy. For the exact quantities, I recommend using BDO and inputting your alchemy mastery before calculating the recipe, and the damage hide will naturally come from hunting. If you want to deal even more damage, you can also optimize your weapon setup. Running an Awakening Sovereign weapon with back attack damage, critical hit rate, and critical damage will give you a noticeable boost in kill speed. You can either craft a secondary Sovereign specifically for hunting or simply tag your existing one from your main grinding character, depending on how invested you want to be. You'll also want to have 2 different alchemy stones, 1 life stone and 1 destruction stone. Destruction stone provides attack speed, while the life stone provides life EXP and gathering item drop rate. When you're starting out, I'd personally recommend using a Treant tier, which can be obtained from Fugor. I will have a guide down below for you to follow, alongside a destruction spirit stone from the marketplace. Later in the guide, I'll show you how to use both at the same time, but if you don't want to bother with swapping, I'd prioritize the life stone for the +2 gathering, life EXP, and of course the gathering drop rate. When it comes to artifacts, there's quite a bit of a personal preference involved. The main options are gathering item drop rate, hunting mastery, and hunting EXP. Gathering item drop rate artifacts come from gathering, while hunting mastery and hunting EXP artifacts will naturally drop while hunting. As for light stones, I personally recommend running Deathblow. If you really want to min-max, you can use Deathblow while killing the lions and then swapping to Yawning Hedgehog while gathering them for the additional gathering item drop rate. Personally, I don't bother with this, but if you want to squeeze every bit of profit possible from the spot, it's an option. This wouldn't be a complete guide without covering the crystals, so for shadow lions, resistance are extremely important because otherwise you'll constantly get CC. At a minimum, I'd recommend 2 ancient magic crystals of nature, giants, 2 crystal of mysterious darkness, 2 glorious crystal of gallantry, Akrads, 2 glorious crystals of gallantry, Olucius, 2 crystal of brutal decimations, and 1 crystal of precise destruction. This setup provides resistance, attack speed, critical hit chance, and back attack damage you're looking for. The remaining slots can be filled with life skills crystals such as vital crystals or life crystals for the additional mastery or life EXP, and of course if you have access to them, breathing verdure crystals are even better since they combine both life and mastery. You can also run additional damage crystals such as the Gurren's Tear or Crystal of Dog Patience if you'd like more resistance. If you're using pre-owned accessories, you'll eventually want to work towards obtaining 6 life EXP crystals. You'll naturally obtain wand versions while hunting, which are perfectly fine to start with. Later on, you can upgrade to Jin versions or put pre-orders on them. Food and elixir rotations. Now let's cover buffs. These are important not only for maximizing your damage, but also for reaching +5 critical hit and +5 gathering. For elixirs, you'll want an elixir of sharp detection, elixir of flowing time, elixir of sharp resistance if you need more resistances, elixir of rough labor, elixir of flowing wind, elixir of strong shock, elixir of lethal destruction, and elixir of lethal assassin. If you want the highest damage possible, you can also add perfume of deep sea if they're available on the market. For food, run either simple cron meal or exquisite cron meal. This should put you at +5 critical hit while also maximizing your damage output. For gathering level 5, you'll generally obtain +2 from your alchemy stone and the remaining +3 from your guild buffs. Recommended class, add-ons, and UI setup. The next question people ask is which class they should hunt on. Technically, you can hunt on any class, but the two most common options are Striker and Musa. Striker is popular for the higher critical hit chance from his passives with decent mobility, while Musa offers excellent mobility and less critical chance from passives. Personally, I prefer Striker, but the decision's up to you. I hunt fairly relaxed, so I don't really bother with add-ons, but if you want to min-max things a bit more, you can run critical chance add-ons on skills like Explosive Blow on Striker or Blind Thrust and Musa Spear on Musa. The idea is pretty simple. You can use those skills on the deer beforehand to gain temporary buffs before you attack the lion. That said, Musa is a bit different since you don't actually need to hit a target for it to apply the buff. The skill itself actually gives those buffs directly, so it works a bit more smoothly compared to Striker in that sense. For your UI setup, I highly recommend placing your equipment onto hotbar. My setup looks like this. Slot 1 I have the Matchlock, slot 2 and 3 I have main hands, but they're both different main hands. Slot 4 and 5 I have the life and the destruction alchemy stones. This setup makes swapping everything significantly smoother. If you press 1, your Matchlock equips immediately. If you press 2, your main hand equips. You'll eventually notice that if you're in common stance, the game sometimes won't let you directly swap to your Matchlock. That's why I keep 2 different main hands in separate slots. I can quickly swap to the other main hand and then use the Matchlock without any issues. For alchemy stones, this setup allows you to maintain both stones at the same time. Simply activate one on your inventory, swap to the second stone and activate as well by clicking U. This will allow one to be turned on automatically and the other manually. Just keep in mind that every time you swap alchemy stone, it resets your bullets to 0. Lastly, make sure to move your bullet counter somewhere visible. You can do this through the edit UI by moving the PvP icon. Hunting Questline. Before you start hunting seriously, I highly recommend completing the hunting questline. This unlocks additional hunting skills that make the entire experience significantly smoother. Most importantly, you'll gain access to the sliding shot abilities, which are a huge improvement over basic hunting. I recommend following Mad Poppin's forum guide, which I'll link in the description. Spot rotation and location. With all that out of the way, let's go into the actual hunting spot. The rotation is a personal preference, but I'll show you the route that I use and then you can adjust as needed. We'll start right below the raw icon near Odalita. From there, you'll kill 4 lions here, then you're going to move to the left and kill the 2 here. There's also an additional 3 up ahead, but I don't personally do those. Then 3 here, 2 here, then another 2 here. Then you want to equip your main hand and dash over to kill the final 2. Once you finish, equip your main hand once again and return to the start and repeat the process. This is my personal rotation and it works for me. Feel free to adjust as you see fit. Examples of playstyle. Now that we know the rotation, let's talk about playstyles. The entire goal of hunting is to consistently land back attacks. The laziest approach is to simply shoot lions head on. This works, but you'll lose a significant amount of loot and EXP compared to proper back attacks. The balanced method involves staying crouched and rolling around the lions to consistently hit their backs. This works perfectly fine, but if you want to hunt as efficiently as possible, however, you'll want to consistently move around the lions and use your hunting abilities to slide into back attacks. This takes practice, but once you get comfortable with it, it's by far the most efficient way to hunt. Quick tips. Loading your weapon is pretty straightforward, but if you're new to hunting, you'll notice you move extremely slow while doing it. The trick is to hold Shift W right before you press right mouse button, and it'll let you run while reloading. Alternatively, you can also just press right mouse button first and then immediately hold Shift W after. Both methods achieve the same result. When you're crouched, you'll often need to get back up quickly to keep your rotation smooth. The default way is just tapping Q, which makes your character stand up, but there's a faster method by simply holding Shift W and you'll instantly get up and start running. If you combine both mechanics, it becomes a lot smoother in practice. Example, while crouched, hold Shift W to stand and start running. Then while still holding those keys, press the right mouse button to reload on the move. From there, you can go straight back into rotation with left mouse button and W to slide into your next shot. What to do with your hides, heads, and other items. You'll notice that lions drop multiple different types of hides: damaged hide, usable hide, and supreme hide. They are primarily used to upgrade your shadow lion furniture heads into higher quality versions that sell for significantly more silver. In order to upgrade these heads, you'll need a few different materials. From green grade up to blue, you're looking at 60 damaged hide, 1 fire horn, and of course the lion furniture head itself. All of these come from hunting lions. For the next step, going from blue to yellow, you'll need 50 usable hide, 3 fire horn, and a blue grid lion head furniture. Finally, to push them into the special version, you'll need 10 thornwood sap, 10 Delodia powder, and 2 breath of Narcion, which are rare drops from hunting or can be purchased in the marketplace. You'll also need the yellow grade lion head you crafted earlier. You can sell up to 10 heads at a time, but don't overproduce them since demand isn't very high. Also keep in mind that there's no auto processing for these as of this video, so everything has to be done manually. Lastly, if you ever find yourself running out of specific hides, you can exchange them at Chocolari in Velia or Russia in Olire. Alternatively, if you don't want to craft heads and you've got a bunch of lightstones sitting around from weekly bosses, you can go the route of crafting blessing scrolls instead. The recipe changes a bit here, but I'll quickly break down how to make one of them. To craft the blessing of Mystic Beasts all AP, you'll need 1 lightstone of Fire Rage and remnants of Mystic Beasts, which you can get by exchanging any tier furniture at Dalishane. Keep in mind, the higher the tier, the more you'll get out of it. For example, a green grade gives 3, while a special version can give up to 150. Personally, the best value is using 1 breath of Narcion for 70 remnants, since they usually sit around 20 million each. Then you'll need 100 supreme hides obtained through hunting, or you can substitute this with 100 mystical parchment bought from furniture dealers for silver if you run out. 300 magical lightstone crystals, which you get by exchanging lightstones at Dalishane. Just keep in mind that this is the recipe for 10 scrolls, so if you want to craft 100 at a time, you'll need 1 lightstone of Fire Rage, 1000 remnant of Mystic Beasts, 1000 supreme hide, or 1000 mystical parchment, 3600 magical lightstone crystals, and 1 blackstone powder. Occasional quests. While hunting, you'll occasionally receive random quests. These generally require either killing 10 lions or killing 50 lions. The 10 kill quests are the most common and usually reward temporary buffs alongside with some useful items. The 50 kill quest rewards 10 concentrated magical black gems, which add a nice chunk of extra profit to your hour and temporary buffs as well. Whenever you complete one of these quests, I highly recommend accepting the reward immediately. Even if the temporary buffs are still active, it's worth turning them in because you won't receive additional quests while one is sitting completed in your quest list. And that's pretty much everything you need to know to start hunting shadow lions effectively. Whether you're just getting into hunting or looking to optimize your profits a bit further, hopefully this guide helped clear up some of the confusion around the spot. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.